Are you someone who thinks failure and mistakes are bad or embarrassing, or believe that it's a sign that you're a failure overall? If so, then I invite you to listen to these 5 reasons why mistakes and failure are actually good for your personal growth. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm really excited about today's topic, failure and mistakes, and why they're really good for your personal growth. So the first reason is that failure and mistakes support your growth and development. Mistakes help you to grow and learn and gain a better understanding about the situation and even a new perspective, so that when you try again, you will be at a better advantage than the first time you tried. As you learn from your mistakes, you gain a better understanding about the situation, yourself, and people around you. Mistakes are an opportunity to reflect and practice your creativity by thinking about a new way to go about achieving your goal. We actually learn best through our mistakes and more vividly and more solidly and faster because our brains are so wired to avoid pain. So they will be so wired to avoid going through that again. The second reason mistakes and failure are good for your personal growth and development is because mistakes and failure keep you humble. It is very important to be confident in yourself and your abilities, and at the same time, it is also really important to remain humble. As with most things in life, it's a balance. We don't want to become overconfident or overcocky to a point of self-destruction. Staying humble allows us the ability to reflect, and in order to reflect, we need to be able to acknowledge that there was anything to reflect on. We need to be able to admit that there was a reason to be reflecting in the first place. Accepting our mistakes helps us to strengthen our mindset. Being humble reminds us that we're all human and allows us to connect with others on a deeper, more authentic level. The third reason is that accepting our mistakes and failures actually builds confidence over time. When we learn to accept our mistakes and we learn from our mistakes, the byproduct is that we're confident because we know that we can pick ourselves up and we're confident in our ability. Failing and making mistakes means you are growing, accepting your mistakes means you are growing, and growth makes people confident in their abilities. When we make mistakes, we learn new information about the environment that can sometimes support us later in this context or another. When we've experienced that we can make mistakes and our worst fears didn't happen and we're still alive and we still have the opportunity to try again, it builds confidence that you are capable of overcoming any obstacles that come your way. The fourth reason failure and mistakes actually support you is that making mistakes gives you courage and compassion. When we make mistakes, it's common to feel embarrassed or sad or angry or even unnecessary shame, blame, and guilt. When we have practiced making mistakes and accepting those mistakes, we build courage, compassion, and resilience over time. And in this situation, we can almost use the concept of desensitization to our advantage, because when we get more comfortable and more used to the feelings that might arise when we make mistakes, we will have more practice and become more desensitized to the feelings that come up because we have practiced feeling them and we have practiced opposing them. Things that we have little experience with can have the potential to derail us when they come up, especially unexpectedly. And this is especially true for when we make mistakes, especially when it's about a personally relevant topic. When we have built up our resilience and compassion, it creates an environment where we can feel safe to make mistakes and therefore safe to even try in the first place. And trying in the first place is the difference between successful people and not successful people. And continuing after mistakes are made is the difference between success and not success. This ties back to the development, where growth is necessary for development and feeling safe to make mistakes is necessary for growth. And the fifth reason that failure and mistakes support your growth is that failure and mistakes give you direction and motivation. When we make mistakes, that often means being accountable for the aftermath and the natural consequences that may have come after the mistakes are made. It doesn't mean you're a bad or wrong person. It just means that things happen and there's a ripple effect. That's all. This often leads to an opportunity to pause and reflect on the mistake. Look back at where we went wrong. what we would have done better, what we could have done better, what we wish we had done better, how we contributed to the mistake, what this is teaching me, the role that I played here. What can I do now moving forward? This opportunity to pause and reflect can be a wonderful time to reflect on your why, your vision and mission, and the reason that you're doing what you're doing and what you're doing to begin with, and to refocus on the best possible way forward towards that goal, towards that vision and mission and purpose. So just some final thoughts here to wrap it up. Failure and mistakes are part of life. It is how we grow. It is how we learn. Failing and making mistakes means we are taking risks in life. Taking risks in life is important for our growth and development. And therefore, failure and mistakes are super important for our growth and development. You either win or you learn. There is no losing. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I hope that was helpful for you. Sending you much love. I will see you in the next one. Bye!